So I've always been journaling on my phone. So my kind of like 7 to 8 years, and I didn't know what to do with like all this like journaling that I had in text. And also I'm a big fan of like audiobooks. So I love listening to stories of the other people. So I thought, why not create an app where I can journal and it creates an audiobook for me or for like a loved one, so it can serve as a memoir, or like like it just keeps the stories alive because when someone dies, all their stories die with them, which is kind of sad. So yeah, I started like just like creating a product that accomplishes that, writing a book while like you voice input with voice memos and you build something like a book out of it. No, first time. Yeah, quite challenging, but with like Sean's guidance and just like Cloud Code is kind of like impressive or can do. Like I don't even need, and you learn more by doing it than like studying it. That's the amazing part. And then you can actually see in real time what the AI is doing, like in terms of like coding, which folders are accessing, and all those things. So you learn by doing it. Like really, you just like watch what it's doing, and eventually that process becomes natural to you. So you don't have to like worry too much about it anymore. For me, it was like creating like a UI that I was happy with because I didn't like the templates that I looked into it, or I didn't even like the competitors like interfaces that had the same idea similar to mine. So I had to kind of like draw it myself, and then be very specific to Claude so it can replicate that. And since I was doing like a mobile version, not like a web version, it hallucinated quite a bit in terms of like pedaling and making sure things look good. So it took me time to actually write it, like draw it down, and then really point out like the features I wanted for each page. So that was like the most tedious task of it. I was expecting the back end to be complicated, but it was actually pretty easy. So it didn't took that much work at all. It's like more the UI, the front end design. Keep working on it, publish to like Apple Store, get feedback from friends and people interested in the project, and iterate from there. The cost to keep my project alive is not super high, so I just want to keep exploring and see where it leads me. And then once I have maybe, I don't know, even like 20 active users, I'm gonna probably run some ads and promote it and try to make a business out of it. I would say just do it. Like, don't think about it too much because since I'm not a developer, I had a lot of like self-doubt in terms of like what can I accomplish here. Um, the whole thing was like too abstract to me, but all that abstraction can work in your favor. You just have to make sure like you have like an initial idea. It doesn't have to be anything super complicated or even like innovative. It can be like a very simple thing, like a calorie tracker or like Tinder for dogs, like Sean did that. Just have any idea and get it started because you're gonna find out that it can create a lot of like amazing things in a really short amount of time.